Welcome to another video from me at Scott's Crazy Builds. About 6 weeks ago, my last video, we took this to a runway and I managed to take it up to 120 miles an hour. And it spun at that speed, which was a little bit sketchy, but I'll get into that in another video. The main thing is that after that, I have found some damage inside the engine. So what's happened is, not only was the afterburner, which bolts on here, waggling around with the bumps, because clearly this mount isn't stiff enough, but additionally I've had a repeat problem, which is to do with the design of the engine, which is something that happened after I first bought it and fired it up. I've had contact from the turbine wheel at the back here to the face that sits in front of it. And what's actually happening is this flat back on the engine, under the pressure and temperature of, let's say, 3 or 4 bar, is pulling that plate into that wheel, which is doing 50,000 RPM, and that has sort of jarred the engine. The compressor slipped against the turbine, it's damaged the back of the turbine, blah blah blah. So I've cleaned it all up, I've rebuilt it, and I've managed to add some extra clearance by shimming back the turbine wheel. So this is a temporary fix. I'm going to have to redesign the whole back of the engine so that this can slide freely with boost pressure. That's a bit of a bigger job. Today I'm just going to fire it up, check it over, and test another couple of little tweaks. So yeah, we'll get into that in a bit, but let's fire it up. Okay, that was all good. I nearly lost my eyebrows, but fine. So now I'm going to test the afterburner. So I'm just going to check that this is all working still. Now I have made a change to the engine, which is that, so when I've been using this before, the temperatures which I measure in front of the afterburner, which basically say whether the engine's going to melt, have been seeing really high temperatures when this has been on. Unbelievably high temperatures, which I don't actually trust, because it should be the same really as when that nozzle that was on before is there. So what I think is happening is the thermocouple, which sits in the gas, I think is getting radiant heat from the flame in here and giving a fake temperature. So I've made a little shroud for it. Which means that it can't, none of that sort of glow can get to the thermocouple. So yeah, give it a run. Hopefully I don't burn my face this time and it's all good. Right, well, everything's looking good. Test went well. Afterburner got nice and warm. Turbine wheel looks good. No rubbing at the minute. So it's good for a bit more testing. And I think probably my next video will be on reworking the back of the engine. And then hopefully, once that solves this issue, we can explore proper peak power. So yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching.